Hey everyone, Michael here. Today we're going to be doing a quick update on what's going on with Bitcoin, crypto, and the regular stock markets. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here, some good, some bad, so let's dive into it. Now, today I want you guys to pay attention to a lot of moving averages when it comes to cryptocurrencies. The stock market's a little bit different today, but Bitcoin in particular is trying to hold this 20-month moving average here, the 20 moving average on the monthly charts. I'm not too concerned about this, honestly, but every now and again, it's just good to see what's happening on those monthly charts. The real big stuff when it comes to Bitcoin is really at the 4-hour chart and the daily chart. For now, let's just go over here to the daily chart. You guys can see we did break down below that level of support over here. And what happened? It turned into a level of resistance, and it's really ticking me off because I wanted us to have a bounce, break above the 20, and have a nice surge up to $31,000. That did not happen. Now, what's going on currently is we're just trying to hold on to this 50-day moving average. But you guys can see if I move this around here, the 20 is screaming downwards, the 50 is going upwards. We're due for another death cross here, which is not a good sign. Traditionally, when we have that death cross, you guys know that boom, the market continues to come down even more. That next leg down for Bitcoin is really right around here, around 28,464. It's not a huge loss, but if you guys are holding it, that's like 2.5%, 3%. Altcoins are going to come down a lot if that does occur. So what we're hoping for in the short term is Bitcoin can consolidate a little bit more, break back above the 29,575 level, and then from there also break above the 20-day moving average. That's like the only good way I can see us having a big jump up back to $31,000. Going over here to the 4-hour chart, let's get rid of that one right there. Let's get rid of those moving average or the fake moving averages. There we go. We have had a slowdown of our momentum coming down. Ever since we had that big drop, we've been trying to break back above this level of resistance and trying to make it work in our favor. It hasn't happened just yet. The 2 times we've come close, the 3 times actually, we've kind of gotten shot down here, shot down here, shot down here. I'm patiently waiting. At least we're trying to attack the wall over and over and over again. But it's still been a little bit tricky, so to speak, right? The only high or low we have at this point is really this one. We're kind of getting close to it already, but we're hoping that, again, there can be enough buyers in the market to really get us to have a golden cross here on the 4-hour chart where we're looking for the 20 to cross above the 50, because the 200 at this point, if you guys can see it here, do I even have it activated here? I do not. My what do you call it is missing here. Let's copy this one for us to make sure it's a little bit easier. Let's go to copy, paste. Let's just make this 200 because I don't know what happened to this one. 200, let's make it yellow. There we go. Okay. Because you can see the 2 death crosses that happened right here. That also led to some nasty stuff. But again, it all started back over here with this death cross. We were trying to hold support. A lot of people, including me, bought up at these support levels, and we did have nice little bounces. But ultimately, those death crosses really just drug us down. Hopefully, this could all just be averted. This is the 4-hour chart, by the way, where we have a golden cross here, golden cross there, and we just have those 2 golden crosses bouncing above or breaking above that 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. That's our goal right now. If that doesn't happen, again, we're not going to be looking at anything too crazy. We're just looking at, hey, what's happening at that next level of support? And the daily chart says that next level of support is really just going to be about here, right? Around $28,500. Hopefully we don't have to do that, but if we do, that's your next buying opportunity, frankly. The one concern you guys may have is look at that 200. We're looking pretty close, like we might have a death cross coming over here, so just be aware of it, okay? And that's between the 20 and the 200. The 50 is still a long way from the 200, so hopefully that gives us some time. But we really do need to see Bitcoin pick up the pace here, because the longer we're at these levels, the more likely we're going to start coming back down. Now, as far as everything else, the NASDAQ, this one's continually grind higher and higher and higher. Nothing too special about it. The weekly chart is usually where I like to look at this. We just broke out this week. You could expect the NASDAQ probably for the next couple weeks to continue going higher and higher and higher. Is this a bubble? Yeah, it most likely is, unfortunately. However, as long as the bubble keeps on going, you guys are good. You just want to make sure that you guys have some stop losses in there to make sure if there's any drastic moves on the downside, you guys are protected. But for now, longs are winning the day. I don't care what you guys are buying. They're usually doing pretty well right now. The NASDAQ is up a whole 1.71%. While we go over to the Dow Jones, this is still not being able to break out. It's trying. It's been trying and trying and trying. The last breakout that we talked about was right over here, and this one worked like a charm. Support, breakout, and we traded that one up, and it did a very good job. But now we hit a level of resistance. You guys should be out of the trade we took down here. If you guys are still in it, you guys are waiting for another larger move. Me, I'm a little bit more, finicky about this type of stuff. I like to get in and out. I don't like to hold for too long, and this was a pretty long hold, right? Next, we have the SPY. This one is in that resistance territory. Am I buying any right now? No, I'm waiting for the breakout, but this has already had a few breakouts that we've been talking about, such as this, breakout there, a smaller breakout right there. Those are the breakouts I'm looking for. Right now, we're kind of at the beginning of a consolidation pattern, it looks like, for the SPY, and I'm just being patient here and waiting it out. If we hop over here to the 4-hour chart, consolidating, having these weird little breakout points, but this is all in pre-market here, so I'm not trading pre-market, right? Or post hours. But you can see when he broke out here, went up a little bit higher. We really don't have any key level of resistance to deal with for a while. That next level of resistance is really just right around here, around $462. We're at $456. It's still going up over time, but I'm being very patient about this. I know the Federal Reserve, and I'll talk about this later on, said there's no more recession forecast. I don't believe them, but at least that should give a little bit more juice to the market here, and that's what we kind of want to see. As far as how some other altcoins are doing, Dogecoin's been doing something interesting stuff here. It had that breakout. We weren't sure if it was going to have it, but because Twitter is now X, people are assuming that, hey, when they add the financial component, Dogecoin's going to be there, and that's going to be a very good thing for all of us Dogecoin holders because we've been holding for a while. This is the weekly chart. It's definitely been up and down, but at least we're still well above where we were in 2020. We've talked about what tokens have not done that well since the 2021 marker in 2020. There you got the coins like Shiba Inu and things like that, which I think I do want to buy, but you can see how it's come back down all the way since before, 2020s and such. You're going to see that a lot. You're going to see that happening a lot more, guys. Okay. Now, a couple other things. Matic, keep an eye out for this one. This one doesn't look too healthy. It looks like it may be looking to break down below that 200 weekly moving average. Daily charts, it's getting squeezed between two moving averages here. And the last one I want to talk about is Bitcoin Cash. This one has had a really crazy move. We were hoping it might bounce off of the 20, but it did not. And therefore, it just kept coming down and down and down. We're getting squeezed here, or we will get squeezed, I would say, sometime this weekend between the 20 and the 50 moving averages, on the daily chart. This is going to be a really big one. This is usually where, as we get closer and closer and closer, you want to make a bet. So you're going to do like a $20 long or a $20 short with like 20x leverage, and you're just going to have it be like, target if you're shorting to 180, or a target if you're longing up here to maybe 300 or so. It's going to be good profit if you guess it right. And right now, with the way Bitcoin's going, I'd probably say it's a little bit more bearish, but I'm hoping that because the stock market's so bullish, we could actually Bitcoin kind of move up a little bit higher, especially as we're always kind of waiting for this news to say, hey, the Bitcoin ETF is approved. Some good news where the SEC loses and the crypto holders win. That's kind of the news we're looking for at this point to get Bitcoin to have that big bump. Let me know what you guys think, though, about the recession. Do you guys think we're going to have a recession, or do you guys agree with the SEC that we're not going to have a recession at all? Thanks, everybody, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Today's video is sponsored by LBank, a leading crypto exchange known for futures and spot trading. Ready to take your crypto journey to new heights? Make the leap with LBank today. Use my link and sign up and get exclusive benefits. With LBank, navigate the crypto market with confidence and precision.